Okay.
But we should introduce ourselves.
Maybe I'm Ben.
Hi, Ben. This is Beth. She's sort of leading us.
Barb. Barb Cook.
Can we introduce?
Huh?
Just go around.
Yeah. Right.
Just speak.
Go
Sorry.
around. Just go around.
Want me to start?
Yes.
Okay, Barb Cook.
Beth Fallon. I'm the one who's been sending you all the crazy emails.
You've been helpful.
I'm Izzy Trapper.
I'm Barb Snyder.
Hey, Barb.
I'm Janet Nieberg.
I should have written all these down. Oh, I've recorded you, so I got it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
And we're sorry Lou isn't here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll be seeing her Wednesday. She's part of my Rotary Club.
Yeah.
And she got the Dulcimers at the Rotary Club playing, so
Right.
Right.
I kind of thought it'd be nice to have her here, but
Yeah.
I'm sure
I don't know what happened.
she probably has things to tend to.
Could be some parishioner is sick or something, you know.
It's true.
Well, where do you want us to start?
Well, I did send a little bit of a email out that talks about potential for what we could talk about. For instance, and I could do an interview, so I'll say something and then you can respond, multiple responses. But when did the Vestal Dulcimer players begin?
So in about 2010, I started, and there was a group before I started by about, how many years apart?
I would say about 4 years.
4 years before that, so probably around 2005, the Vestal Dulcimer players started. So.
Excellent. And it's monthly or weekly, or how often do you meet?
Weekly.
Basically,
Twice a
weekly.
week, usually.
Yeah. Lately, twice a week.
Nice. You must be getting ready for some big play.
Well, not everybody can make the Monday evening, so we fill in on Friday mornings. So that kind of gives everybody a little bit of an opportunity. Some show up at both, and it gives a little more flexibility as to when we can meet.
Okay. Wait, and don't be afraid to speak up so that the recorder can catch it right here.
Yeah, actually, I was going to add to that, I think because we had a group that was working, we were younger, I think, when we started, people couldn't come during the daytime. And we've aged a little bit, although we still have people in the group that work during the day and then play at night. So that's part of the reason we have two sessions.
Right. Well, that accommodates everybody.
And we have people in the group that spend their summers in Florida or Texas. I mean, their winters in Florida or Texas.
Right.
That's true.
I can't imagine wanting somebody to get away from what we got. And approximately, what's the size of your group?
It varies from probably the 5 to up to 12, and again, depending on who shows up, because we have some that'll be joining us for the summer.
Our circulation list, our email circulation list is about 12, I think.
Yeah.
13.
Okay. Cool. And these are relatively historic instruments. What's the history behind mountain dulcimers?
Okay. They are descendants of German zithers. And basically, in the simplest way to describe it, a zither is a wooden box with strings stretched across the top of it, and you strum or bow across the strings. And some of them you finger a melody on it, and some of them you just let drone. And there are no frets under them, so that you don't make chords or things like that. And those instruments date back to the 1500s. There are several of them in the Germanic and Scandinavian and Baltic cultures and in the French culture, similar kinds of instruments. And they came to the New World with the German settlers. And then the romantic story is that as the people who came to the New World of Scots-Irish background were traveling, and most of them came in through Philadelphia, The Scots-Irish did. They were traveling to find new places to live and more room. They traveled through the German settlements in southeastern Pennsylvania, where what we call Pennsylvania Dutch area. And a lot of the Germans had moved south down into the Shenandoah Valley. They traveled what was called the Great Philadelphia Wagon Road, which went down into the Shenandoah Valley and farther on down, and eventually down to lower southwestern Virginia, where Daniel Boone opened up Cumberland Gap and went through the Cumberland Gap into eastern Tennessee and southeastern Kentucky. And they passed through the German settlements, and they heard the people playing these zithers, and they sounded like bagpipes. So they liked them. That's
when you mentioned the word drone, I'm thinking, well, that's a bagpipe word.
Yeah. So they kind of appropriated them. That's the romantic story.
Nice.
And so they were basically a box with strings across it. And then over the years, they changed by people just seeing what they could do to make things work better into what you see now. And there's a picture of one instrument that kind of might be the transition instrument, which is this box about this long and this wide, set on top of a bigger box, something like this. A shite hole on a box, and eventually it got refined down into something like this.
Right.
So
very shapely instrument. Mm-hmm. And that probably in wagon trains and all that, it's much easier to carry these than a piano.
Yeah, right. The recognized authority on the history of the mountain dulcimer is a man named Ralph Lee Smith, who was part of the folk music revival that started in the 40s, and with people like Woody Guthrie and Oscar Brand and Pete Seeger and Gene Ritchie, who came out of the mountains of southeastern Kentucky, having graduated from the University of Kentucky with a social work degree, and going to New York City to work at the Henry Street Settlement School. And she brought a mountain dulcimer with her, and is really the one who brought it out of the mountains into the mainstream.
Yeah, she's the one who made it popular.
Yeah.
You know, something your audience might want to, maybe we should clarify, is that there are two kinds of dulcimers.
Yes, that's...
There's the ones we play are called mountain lap Appalachian dulcimers. And then there's the hammer dulcimer, which is like a box with a lot of strings, and you hit it with
wood mallets.
Yeah,
with little
mallets.
hammers and little mallets.
So when people say, if you say I play the dulcimer, sometimes people don't know which one. They think you're playing the hammer dulcimer, and we actually play the mountain dulcimer.
Right.
Yeah.
I knew that, but I'm sure listeners don't.
Appalachian Mountain fretted lap dulcimer, also known as hog fiddle.
Hog fiddle?
Hog fiddle, yeah.
You call the hogs, you start playing the dulcimer, huh?
I don't know.
Maybe the strings at one time were
I don't know.
made from a pig.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, the skin, that's right. Yeah. And also the earliest dulcimers had frets only under the melody string. The string that is nearest to us, nearest to our bodies, is the melody. And you run your finger up and down. And
they have the same spacing as piano keys.
well,
Almost.
not exactly,
okay.
but similar.
Ah.
Yeah, it's not chromatic like a guitar or a mandolin or a banjo where you have every half step in the scale. It's what we call a diatonic scale. So the open string is Do, first fret Re, second fret Mi, but the flat that's in between Do and Re, or the pitch that's in between Do and Re, isn't there. The pitch that's in between Re and Mi isn't there. But then here's a smaller one. This is the half step between Mi and Fa. And The original ones didn't have this fret in here. So it gets can get a little technical that way. So you can't play in every key. It's not like Bach's well-tempered clavier where you can play in every key.
But now there are people that are starting to want to play other kinds of music that use those black keys on the piano.
Oh,
And so now they're constructing.
they have their special frets.
Yeah.
They put in extra frets, so you have half frets, and you can end up with the 1, and then you have a 1.5, and you can play more interesting kinds of chords, which you couldn't play with a diatonic. So, but there are chromatic dulcimers now, so you can play rock and blues and different kinds of things that you couldn't do on the early ones.
Wow.
But anyway, the early ones didn't have frets, that had frets only under the melody string, and these other 2 strings droned. And somewhere in the first half of the first quarter, maybe, of the 20th century, somebody said, well, why don't we put frets under all the strings and we can make chords? So definitely by the 40s, there were frets all the way across the fingerboard.
It's probably easier to install that way too, because you got to cut the slot anyway. You might as well cut it all the way.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you have any standard invitation for new members, or are new members welcome to come in by any chance?
Yeah, we, in fact, we practice on, our Friday morning practice is at one of the senior centers, and people will walk in and say, hey, I'd like to learn how to play. So we have people showing up frequently that will just sit and listen, or we have one gentleman who, he plays the mandolin, and he's very good. He can play by ear. He joins in, and then another guy, he plays guitar, and he's been sitting in. In fact, he recently purchased a dulcimer, so he's been joining. We do, usually one of the things we talk about when we do perform out in public is look us up on Facebook. We have a page, and we'll get back to you if you're interested.
Right,
So,
and your title is Vestal Mountain Dulcimer Players.
yes, yeah.
But we welcome other instruments.
Oh.
Yes.
We have had ukuleles.
Should have brought my harmonica,
There you go.
Yes.
except I can't play that either. I guess it's blow and suck, blow and suck. Yeah.
Guitars, we've had guitars, violins, penny whistles.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Played
Oh,
those.
wow.
Ukulele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
One of the things, also a little bit of the instrument itself as it's evolved, there's different types. We have a bass dulcimer. Some of us we kind of kid a little bit because we all suffer a little bit. It's a disorder called DAD. It's dulcimer acquisition disorder. Most of us have at least 2. But there's baritone dulcimers, there's bass dulcimers, there's bowed dulcimers, backpack dulcimers.
Halax.
So, yes,
Halax is
banjo
style playing.
dulcimers.
Banjomer, yeah.
Wow. That, by any chance, do they have electric dulcimers? Probably not.
Well,
Yes.
yes. I think a lot of us have pickups in them, so we plug them in, and
Wow.
we use them a lot.
And I played in a workshop with a man named Randy Rain. I hope they don't keep making that noise there. Randy Rain Roosh. And he played with the band called Aerosmith and did an album called Pump. And the introductory piece on it is called Dulcimer Stomp. And that is a totally electric one. Yeah. And Bing Futch also plays a lot of electric dulcimer.
And when we're talking about famous people that played dulcimer, Clinton Black played, Cyndi Lauper played, and
Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell has played dulcimer.
The Rolling Stones.
Joan Baez.
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton, yeah. I think there was, I'm trying to think who did Lady Jane
That was
Rolling
Brian,
Stone.
Brian Jones of the Rolling Stones.
of the Rolling Stones did Lady Jane a long time ago.
And there's
that's
a
mostly
YouTube,
on-
you can watch him
Yeah.
play.
You can watch him do that because that's mostly dulcimer.
Right, on your Facebook, it says, we play Celtic, Scottish, Spanish, fiddle tunes, old-time folk songs, hymns, country, modern, and holiday music. Informal meetings focus on the fun of playing music together, sharing tunes, old and new, and learning from each other.
All right.
That sounds pretty neat, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
You can always learn from each other. Do you have regular performances? You mentioned that you play at a senior center.
We do Porch Fest. We play at the Roberson every year at Christmas.
The Christmas tree forest, we play at that.
Home for the holidays.
Home for the holidays.
Home for the holidays, yeah.
Broome County Art Trail.
Art Trail.
Porch Fest, you mentioned that.
Right, the First United Methodist Church in Endicott. It's now an art center.
Yes,
You
yes.
were playing there.
Yes.
Yes.
I couldn't be there that day, and I was sad for that.
I picked up a student from that.
Oh, excellent.
And then we do one in Pennsylvania too.
Oh, the Old Mill Village Church.
Yes.
The New Milford Old Mill Village. We do a little dulcimer concert in the summer down there.
We've
What about
also,
that place up by Lyle?
Well, we have played a couple of times for the Heritage Foundation in South Sealick, but nursing homes, we get calls sometimes. Someone will make a request, hey, would you be able to join us? And we almost always say yes.
especially holiday time, we always go. And my mother-in-law and a lot of our families have been in nursing homes. And what they say about the dulcimers, it's very soothing, and they like to sing along with us. So we usually do sing-alongs with them as well.
And we played at Mercy House
Mercy House, yes.
and the senior centers. I mean, definitely at West because they let us use the
In
space.
fact, we
And
have
church, because,
Oh, yeah.
you know, the churches, both Vestal Center Methodist and
And here.
Vestal Methodist, we allow
St.
us to
Paul's
play.
Episcopal, St. Paul's.
Yes, St. Paul's Endicott.
We played there. We will be doing a trivia game for the Broome West Senior Center.
Oh, neat.
We play a few measures and then they have a little contest. So we'll be doing that in May.
Nifty. Let's see. And most of your dulcimers appear to be almost similar in shape, almost like an hourglass.
Yes, that's the most common shape, but some are what you call teardrop, so narrow at the top and then spread at the bottom. Some are actually boat shaped. Hourglass is the most common.
They all seem to be relatively the same thickness,
There's
3 to 4
a-
inches.
There is a local luthier, that's a person that makes
Stringed
dulcimers,
instruments.
and he makes guitars. Vern Kraus, he lives in this area.
Wow.
Not available to come and talk with you today, but he made this one, and I got it from him.
He
And
made this
I
one
don't know.
too.
He made
Wow.
This is a base.
He made one for Dolly.
Yeah.
Pardon?
Whoa. Nice.
They're made of wood, and wood is pretty. Things made out of wood are nice.
Yes.
And it is a soft, soothing sound.
And there are various types of wood that he
Yeah.
uses as well. You could get a different, usually it's a different top, like spruce or walnut, maple. Vern has done some beautiful instruments.
Some exotic woods from other parts of the world.
Right.
Right.
Cherry is very common.
He had made a red heart dulcimer for me that was beautiful, just gorgeous.
Wow.
So yeah, and I looked at his bird's eye maple at one point. Very nice.
Yeah.
You'll put that in your Christmas list.
Yeah.
How much is your typical dulcimer?
They're
cost?
getting up to $1,000 now.
Over that, because I think when we started, we're around 225. You could find a decent one 25 years ago, and this one I have is like 1,400. So.
A lot of beginners, you can get a kit online, and it's made out of cardboard, but there is a wooden fretboard with the strings, and they play very well.
They play all right.
And schools will use those,
Right.
and the kids actually will decorate them,
Paint them.
and they have a good sound. I mean, I
Backyard
played
dulcimer.
them.
I got one for my granddaughter. She wanted to learn, and I said, well, okay, this is about $1,800. How about I do that and see if you like it? She
Yeah.
hasn't really embraced it.
And they also make little what they call backpack dulcimers. Backpack dulcimers are probably about 2 feet long, and literally, you could take them on a ship or plane or whatever, backpacking. They're really small, a little higher pitched, but they're really handy as well.
Right. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I had my wife, quite a few years ago, bought one of those cardboard kits.
Uh-huh.
I said, I am not making a cardboard dulcimer. So I used the main stick, and I just had some leftover paneling. The other side is all decorated, some kind of yellow and different colors. And I cut little pieces of wood out of cedar shingles,
Very cool.
little segments, and I glued them all along there. And so you can take that cardboard one and just make your own box.
That's right.
It's beautiful.
That's wonderful.
We've had people donate to us. We were up at one of the nursing homes, and a gentleman and his wife were there, and they donated one that he had made for her a long time ago. So we've had folks donate dulcimers, and sometimes we use those for, handing out to new people to try out and see if they like them. Like we said, the price range is all over. You can get dulcimers online. Earn is a great local dulcimer maker, but they're affordable. There's some, like I said, the smaller dulcimers you could get brand new for a few $100s. You could find them in various places.
Right. Should put one of these marketplace wanted donated dulcimers.
They actually have done that in various places because teachers
yeah.
wanted to have their classes
Right.
play dulcimer.
There's a program, it's centered more like down in Tennessee, for Dulcimers for David. David Schnaufer was a famous mountain dulcimer player from Nashville.
Oh,
And he died a few years ago. And so anyway, the program Dulcimers for David now is to promote dulcimer playing among young people. And they collect and find and distribute dulcimers to kids to learn to play on. And
that's pretty neat. There's a gentleman at the Binghamton High School that teaches steel drums.
oh yeah.
And it's now other schools are taking on
Right.
that. So I imagine dulcimer in schools could be taking
Oh
on.
yes.
Right.
But-
Well, we got 2 of our members through Roberson. Roberson had
Yeah.
a class for youngsters, and some of our adults who are our age and professors over at BU took that class, and then they joined us.
Oh,
So there are classes around. Jan teaches.
I teach
as well.
classes as part of the Montrose Area Adult Education School.
you think dulcimer classes?
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Yeah.
Neat. So all the kids have their own dulcimer?
No, this is adult education, not
Oh, I
not
see.
children, but
Okay.
this is adults. But
And then some of us just learn from workshops like me. I joined the group, and Barb helped me out a few times at her house to get started, because you can learn the basics very, very quickly. The
Right.
frets and the
Probably helps to read music.
no,
No, not
music for
we can teach you a song in 5 minutes.
music for dulcimer is written in tab, so it tells you what fret to push. And once you figure that out, anybody.
Very similar to guitars.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's our
A,
tab.
D, D7, G.
The chords, but the tab is these represent the dulcimer strings. And these numbers represent the fret number on that string.
Oh, I see, okay,
So
fret
it-
number.
Yeah.
Which one's fret
2,
1?
5, 4, 5, 2, 5, 4. Oh,
right.
that's the bottom string closest to you there. Down, this is the dulcimer tab, is the melody string. And so it says, what it says? 2, 5, 4, 5, right?
Right.
That's what I'm doing. 2, first fret, open string. And it's kind of hard sometimes to tell what, it shows you the numbers, but it doesn't show you rhythm and duration of the notes, but we're getting better at that. So this is the regular music notation.
Oh, right.
These are the actual
so you
notes
have
on a regular
you have to
staff.
have Two
And the
sets of
rhythm.
eyes reading
Yeah.
whether they're whole notes, half notes, or
Right.
Right.
eighth notes, and then the bottom one
And
tells
then
you
we
which.
translate it. This
Right.
tells you where on the strings. And for instance, because they have plain stems on them, that's 4/4 notes. Let's see. Sometimes there's a different notation. Some people might put a little dash after this one to show that it's a 2-beat note, but
Right.
you notice it from up there.
Yeah.
But we play by numbers, so it's not necessary to read music.
But there's a lot of people that have learned only to play by ear.
Only by ear, right?
Yeah, they watch each other play or listen and then learn how to play by ear.
They must have some magnificent memory.
That's what I think.
Wow.
Well, this is an instrument that comes from what we call the oral tradition, O-R-A-L, but also A-U-R-A-L, because it was learned not from paper, it was learned by watching and listening
So there
to,
was
and
no
spending
paper.
time with another person
Right.
and copying what that other person did. Sitting at your grandmother's knee and watching what she did and then doing it yourself.
Right. Everybody had introduced themselves in the beginning because it's all been recorded. And Lou, you just got here. How you
I
doing?
did.
Thanks for coming. You probably thought it was the initial 6:30 time, and
Well, there were contradicting emails, so
well,
I
thanks for
went for a
coming.
walk through the graveyard and
So she's been
met a
here.
nice little puppy.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming.
So I was here at 6, but I didn't see a car that I recognized.
Oh, okay. I didn't have my Rotary sticker on. Sorry.
I know,
So-
I know.
So basically, they're all handled the same way. You don't throw them over your shoulder and pluck them like a guitar. They're all
No,
left played.
There are some people that play it this way.
yeah,
Oh,
that play like this.
huh.
Yeah.
David Schnaufer was one of them.
Oh.
That fellow that I mentioned.
And Beth actually has a bow dulcimer.
I have a bow dulcimer. You don't want to know how many different flavors of dulcimer I have.
But it sits up like this
Yes,
and is played with a bow.
Oh,
It sounds like a cello.
Yeah,
It
oh.
does sound like a cello. It's beautiful.
It has frets on it too?
Yes.
yes.
Because
Now
cellos
that
don't,
is
I believe.
chromatic.
Right.
That one is chromatic,
I have no clue what that means.
like a piano.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or like guitars and pianos, every half step.
Oh. So yeah, come and learn something. So, and you do participate in dulcimer festivals, I think I saw on one of your things.
Yes.
So
we
that's a
do.
big gathering of like-minded
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
Competition is that or not?
No.
No.
There are
it's
competitions, but that we haven't gone to any.
Probably the one that most of us are able to attend is in Albany. It's usually in March. That's a lot of fun. Typically, folks from the Northeast instructors will come and share with us their music, and we take classes and learn from them. They offer beginner all the way up to advanced. So
Nice.
During the pandemic, there was a festival called the Quarantine Festival, or Virtual Dulcimer Festival,
Oh,
that was started because people couldn't attend festivals and the musicians weren't making a living. So they did this virtual one, and we had, I think this is like the 13th
Yeah,
This year,
it's still going on, and there's several of them.
There are almost three virtual ones per year. Instructors from Paris, from France, from London,
Scotland.
Students from all over the world.
Yes.
from Canada, Australia. There are students from everywhere. That's where I took the workshop with Randy Rain Roush. He was from Vancouver, so I took it virtually. And the good thing about it is you can see exactly in the workshop, you can see what they're doing because, you can see the fingering and the instructor shows you and you can interact, so you can talk. It's over Zoom. And that has become a very, very big festival for people. And some people just can't travel. So, from their homes, they could take all kinds of workshops, all different levels, and with quarantine, a lot of instruments.
Right. I imagine there's several YouTube videos how to
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
use a dulcimer. Cool. But you're all non-profit players, right? Nobody's
Correct,
here
right.
really paid to do dulcimer, but maybe you could step into it. Right?
I get paid for lessons.
Oh,
I get paid for lessons.
We consider ourselves a community service.
Absolutely.
And
It's more of an art
we
form.
donate. Yeah,
Right.
we like to donate our time and give back to the community and however we can.
Yeah,
So we
we
enjoy
don't
that.
we don't take any money from the nursing homes and stuff like that.
Right.
And we buy music.
Oh,
So
We're very responsible when it comes to copyright.
so everybody buys their own.
Correct. We, some allow, for example, if you purchase a three-part assembly, you're allowed to share the two copies because you can't play three parts. But we're very mindful and appreciative of artists, and we respect their right
Their
to their.
arrangements.
Right. Intellectual property.
Correct.
So that's commendable.
Yes.
Well, that's pretty much addresses any kind of the questions I may have had as an interviewer. Is there anything you'd like to comment about your organization? Except we did mention that you're on Facebook and you have a website, and your group is called Vestal Mountaikn Dulcimer Players.
Yeah.
So look them up on Facebook if you want to get involved or join or listen to some music. And now we're going to listen to them play music.
And one thing though, people should not be afraid to join in and play. Like I said, when I started here, I didn't know how to play it.
Right.
And
Great for beginners.
people just sort of helped me, and we went along, and so
Who's been playing the longest?
Probably Jan and Barb.
Yeah.
I've been playing since about 1989 or 90.
No.
I bought my first dulcimer at a Robertson festival. Remember
Oh,
when Robertson used to have the September festival? Oh, okay. Well, they did.
I was not in the art back then. I am now.
They had a big festival in September. Arts and crafts and other kinds of things. And I was there one time, and there were actually two vendors there who sold mountain dulcimers. And I looked very longingly at one of them. My husband said, well, would you like to have one? And I said, yes, please. So that was my Christmas present.
Nice.
And Cranberry Dulcimer.
And then Cranberry Dulcimer Gathering in Des Moines. A local man by the name of John Klesky, who actually started the Cranberry Coffee House, which is still going.
and every year there would be a big dulcimer gathering every summer. That's what I bought my first dulcimer from John, and actually hung it on a wall and left it for 20 years until I started actually really seriously playing. But Binghamton was very big with mountain dulcimer and hammer dulcimer.
And auto harp.
And we have a number of local hammer dulcimer players that are well known also. Kurt Osgood is one.
In Canada, the children in, I think, third grade make their own cardboard dulcimers and
Wow.
learn how to play them during that third grade year.
That is pretty neat. I remember when I was a kid, you had this little fluty-looking thing,
Yeah.
a recorder, so trying to learn on that. But that would have been much cooler, having to build your own dulcimer. I was going to mention the group before that my wife bought this cardboard dulcimer kit. It's, I'm not making a cardboard dulcimer, so I cut some wood out and made the wooden bar.
Cutting on the tail end of that.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Are we ready for
Yeah.
music?
Okay, so, Black Mountain Rag? Okay. I'll just kind of-
That's definitely a dance worthy tune. You need some mountain dulcimer dancers.
Yes, yeah, right.
Would you have any grandchildren that could come and be dancers?
Probably.
We did during the Roberson Home for the Holidays.
Oh,
We would bring
Jingle bells.
jingle bells and
Sleigh
And
bells.
other
horse
shaker
bells.
things.
And the kids would take them and shake them, and they really liked that.
right, right.
Yeah.
We played Jingle Bell, what, 15 times last year?
I think so. Oh, there's a kid. Let's play jingle
Yeah,
bells.
that's right, yeah. Yeah, we played it a lot of times, every time there was a child there.
So we thought 9 tunes would be enough for you to choose from.
Well, unfortunately, I found out last Thursday was my last radio show. So I'm going to play all your tunes and everything we said
Oh, boy.
because I have no time limit. You know, I don't have to trim and cut to fit a half hour.
Nobody swore, did they?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think, no, nobody did that.
Okay, well, do you have enough? Do you need more?
That's plenty.
Okay.
If you want to talk to your public about anything, the recorder's still on.
Well, we covered different periods of the instrument in terms of the music that it played.
Right. We had
Some
6
variety.
players playing 6 different dulcimers, except for one that had 2 different. She was swapping out her dulcimers because she's got her favorite and then she's got the good one. But it's been a joy to be here and to listen to and participate in the Vestal Mountain Dulcimer Players.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Sure.